Okay, so the games never stop. If you go to my blog, you'll see what the title means to this. And I'm going to keep this down to an hour because the last live that I did, that I watched, so much stuff got garbled up. Never happened before, but it got garbled up. And just like the time where all the comments disappeared and I didn't see people being threatened. So it's interesting how this is all working. Today was a good day for me. To be quite honest, today was a good day. I'm going to switch around so that I don't have that light glare behind me. Today was a good day because I knew that if I gave enough rope and enough prodding, that I could get someone to admit something that I needed them to admit. And now that I know, and you can, go to my blog, see what I'm talking about. These idiots have been on top of me for years. For years. Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, little doggy. Mr. Powerful, who lived 23 miles away from me for 4 years, but never once confronted me face to face. Plays all these fucking games, has been on top of me. Now they're trying to set me up for fraud. But it's funny because I was always taught to trust my intuition, and I knew when it happened that there was something more to it. I knew it. I knew it. That's the reason why the minute it started, I canceled food stamps. It's the whole reason why energy assistance has been kind of pushed, because they really do want me to commit fraud. They weaponize donations, which is kind of sad because now I realize the only person that fucking helps me and donates to me is fucking the child killer. The child killers. And yet here I am still trying to expose this. But now there's a connection, because the question will be for people, why is someone I'm calling out to be a fucking child killer donating money to me? And you can say whatever you want, but all this shit had to go through financial institutions, so it'll be easy enough to actually go back and figure out who it was. And so they're on top of me. They are on top of me. And they are just desperately trying to bring me down because they want me to shut up in the worst way. When I found out that when Russian state television thanked or congratulated Donald Trump for becoming president, and at the very same time they're congratulating him, they have pictures of his buck-ass, nude-ass wife all up on their television at the exact same time. Putin was congratulating the criminal and his whore. Putin knows what Elon Musk did. Putin is well aware of it, well aware of everything, knows it all, has no allegiances to Donald Trump whatsoever. Donald Trump, this is how I see it, Donald Trump and his so-called cabinet is going to take over, and Putin's going to expose him. And we're going to find out exactly what happened this last election. And it's going to throw our government into a fucking gridlock. We're going to be gridlocked. And Putin basically figures it'll be checkmate then. It's just kind of funny how it's working. I did not vote for Trump. I didn't like Kamala Harris, But I grew up with Donald Trump's dad in Hummel Park. Donald Trump's dad, Fred Trump, was one of the primary Nazi child killers in Hummel Park in Omaha when I talk about that. You know, why on earth would I ever vote for that dude? You know? But I knew what was going to happen. Not only was America not going to vote for a woman, they sure as hell were not going to vote for a black woman. That's just kind of a no-brainer, goes without saying kind of thing. Ain't going to happen. And, but I also believe that there's way more. I think there's a reason why Donald Trump was telling people that they didn't need to vote because they had enough votes already. And that he and the Speaker of the House had a little secret. And Elon Musk is now calling Putin over and over and over and over, and that's all out there. I love history. History is repeating itself. The problem is that America, everyone's comparing this to what happened in Germany in World War II with everything that was going on. My contention is worse. It's worse. These motherfuckers know the history, and still they chose it. That's why I say we're in judgment. That's why I say we're in judgment. Because these people have no humanity. Have no humanity. And they're fucking stupid as shit. When they try to imprison 11 to 20 million people while putting tariffs on everything, it's gonna decimate everything. And all of these people who thought they were gonna get rich are gonna find out exactly, we're just living through Agenda 21. It's the same group. It's Agenda 21. Exterminate a third, enslave a third, and the third left get to rule everybody. That's Agenda 21. You can go Google it. Look it up. It's pretty easy to find. Hollywood is in trouble now. Hollywood is in trouble. That's the reason why I think they took out Isaac Cappy. Because they always know why, you know, I don't know anybody named Casper. However, though, the name is Old Pictures. Help. Let me know a little bit more about the situation. No, that's Andy Villa, not Caspar. And there's no neighbor that I have that I know of. But then I don't know all my neighbors. And so, God, it's just at 2:30 in the afternoon. Aren't these, I guess it's 3:30. No, it's 2:30. I just didn't change that clock. You would think that they would be in school, but they're not. They're here. The thing about it is that I see is that Putin is going to put this country in chaos. Putin is going to put this in chaos. Oh my God. They're just out in force today. You met him in Oregon. Oregon is full of them. It's funny because now, why would someone that I called out for a child trafficker be donating money to me? actually is the only one donating anything to me. You know? Why? It just proves more of the point. And all of this, and of course, Neil Gross, Shelby County Sheriff, got nominated. He got back into office, but no one was running against him. No one ever runs against him. And so it was a no-brainer. Even if it got one vote, he'd still get in. But it was this group of child traffickers. That's what I was saying. Isaac Cappy in Hollywood. Isaac Cappy was involved with all of this. And I know that there are people involved who really want me to shut up about Isaac Cappy. Because Isaac Cappy was trying to expose the whole Hollywood shit. That's the reason why they took him out. He was just a little ahead of his time. Now it's starting to come out. But it's all going to start to come out. All of it. All of it. And the Republicans are obviously involved with something. Because if you remember right, Madison Cawthorn, that golden boy Republican, came out and said that the Republicans were all having cocaine-fueled orgies. And he was out of office, what, a month later? Boy, they didn't waste any time taking him out. And so to say the Republicans are all now, they're just pious and pure and all of that is ridiculous. And this election doesn't make sense. John Podesta is involved. So is Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump is involved. All of it is involved. It's the system that we're fighting. You know, if you're powerful and famous and rich, chances are, you know, because this whole, they want to keep people in line. All this filming people to blackmail him that P. Diddy was doing was the same shit that Jeffrey Epstein was doing. It's the same shit that everyone is doing. Elon Musk calling Putin probably isn't fucking recording the phone calls, but I bet Putin is. You know, Putin is so much more intelligent than they are. Putin is our George Bush Sr., ex-head of the KGB, just like he was George Bush Sr. I think it's more, the whole thing about it is asking me if it's more Democrats than anything. When I grew up, it was all fucking Republicans. It's all fucking Republicans. That's the reason why people don't want to hear that Fred Trump was killing kids in Hummel Park. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear anything. But then I live in an area in small town Iowa that they put a bomb in a gas station, blew up the place, and then lied about it and said that the place filled with fumes and it blew up in one explosion and it leveled the place. Even though the sheriff, Neil Gross, was on KETV and I was on KETV, and it was two explosions, 9.5 minutes apart. And the reason why they blew up the gas station is that they were hoping to kill both myself and my sister. My sister had just bought the house across the street, right across the street from the gas station. I lived on the same block, kitty corner, across from this gas station, on the same block. They were hoping to take both of us out. And so, and then they lied. The whole thing, that's the reason why they're all trying to, that's the reason why my sheriff is trying to set me up. That's the reason why they are donating to me and hoping that I'm going to go get energy assistance or food stamps or something and not tell anybody, not fucking realizing I've already gone to a fucking tax person. When I do my taxes, I'm just taking my shit in from PayPal so that everything that I got this year will be calculated and reported. You know, I'm not fucking stupid. They're the idiots. They're constantly trying to fuck me. And yet the shit that they do is so obvious that, but I pushed it. I really don't care what you think. Wow. Some idiot, anonymous account insulting me. You know, that's what they do. I believe Hillary Clinton was involved. I think Hillary Clinton was involved, but I also know that Fred Trump was involved, so I think Donald Trump was involved. I know Obama knew about it and turned away from it, and that's the reason why they called Omaha Obamaha for the day. You know, I think that they've all known. I think that it's all involved. I think that Bill Barr, when he raided all of Epstein's shit, gave all of that shit to Donald Trump. And that's what Donald Trump has on the Republicans. That's the reason why so many of them have been anti-Trump, and then they go to Mar-a-Lago, and when they come back, they're singing the exact opposite song because he has all of the shit that Epstein had on them. My question again is, Musk calls Putin all the time. I wonder how many times Jeffrey Epstein called Vladimir Putin. Wonder, wonder. But it's not going to make any difference because Putin knows what just happened in this election, and he's going to let everybody know. He's going to let the cat out of the bag. I knew that the minute I watched that Russia's state television at the same time they're congratulating Donald Trump have nudie pictures of his wife in the background, showing all of Russia, you know? And so I just think we're in unprecedented days. And I think that America is going to get the America that unfortunately America so richly deserves. That's what's going to happen. And the people that are running everything don't give a fuck about the little person. They care about their own power. They care about their own power and their own prestige and their own wallets. And they don't give a shit about anybody else. They certainly don't give a shit about the little man. You know? You all think that shipping out 11 to 20 million people is going to put more money in your pocket. Couldn't be wrong. More wrong. Oh, Trudeau is involved too. Trudeau is an idiot. Trudeau is an idiot. Hold on. But this is what I'm wondering. Now that I have the connection and I know that one of the main child traffickers, I spilled my water all over the place, sorry. Now that I know that one of the main people I was calling out has been donating, I think that there are people who know that the time is running out. The time is running out. And I have a feeling that they're going to go after these fucking child killers. I do. I think so. I think they're going to do something. I can't prove it. I'm not a soothsayer, but I will not be surprised if all of this shit comes out. Because it will be really hard to justify letting child traffickers off the hook. You know? And the time is running out. January 20th, you don't have the time anymore because it ain't going to happen. None of this child trafficking shit is going to it's all going to go away. Just like the whole Epstein shit has always gone away. You know? Oh, they'll lock up P. Diddy. Trust me. He's a black man. Of course they'll lock him up. And then they'll say it's all on him. He was the one doing it. He's Hollywood. And then everyone else thinks that they'll go scot-free. But I don't think it's going to work that way. And I know that there are people who watch me who are well aware who have to be curious too. I mean, it is a curious question. Why would someone, I really just dumped all my water all over the table. Um, why would someone I'm calling out for child trafficking be donating to me? That's the question. See, when it first started happening, I realized immediately because the Slime King, what he did, weaponizing those donations, I mean, it was pretty apparent. It wasn't hard to figure out. And so I just needed to let it happen and even encouraged it a bit to see if, because I just needed there to be a connection. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And that money had to come from some financial institution. Had to. And investigators are well aware now. And so it will be interesting to see. Trudeau is just. People, can I move out of the United States? Is now, they said that that whole thing has gone up 1,000 times on Google. 1,000%. That's how many people are Googling. And I would move to Mexico before I moved to Canada. Even though I love Canada, I love the weather, I really like Canada. Your leadership sucks just as bad, but there's nowhere to run in the world. There's nowhere to run. It's all crumbling. It's all falling down. It's and this election is not over. If you thought the last one was chaos, oh, just wait. Just wait. What's going to happen when we have irrefutable proof that this election was stolen and they're in office already? And that's what's coming. That's what's coming. Putin knows what Elon Musk did. He knows what Elon Musk did. He's waiting because it'll put us in gridlock. It will. No one will know what the fuck to do. If I was a chess player, and Putin is, Trump doesn't play three-dimensional chess, but Putin does. Putin's very bright, way brighter than any of these dumbasses we have running shit. And he has them all by the short hairs. And right now, they're so concerned about getting their position and getting their place that they're not thinking about anything else. They're not thinking about anything else. And so it will be interesting to see how it works out. It's funny because I sent out an email last night because I'm running out of food and I have $1.96 to my name. And so I'm not surprised because Doug Mesner thought that he has me at the lowest point. And it is at a low point, but I've been waiting for this to happen for a while. You know, I knew it would happen eventually. I just had to be patient and give it time. It's the name he signed. They're not coming to Heartland. If you go to my blog and you read all of that stuff, they're not coming to Heartland. None of that is real. The name at the very bottom, that's what he wanted me to see. And I saw it. And now I know. And isn't knowing half the battle? But and of course my sheriff is involved because he's busy trying to hide his little drug operation that's going on that people talk about all the time. It's like an open secret. But the people around here, they know that this group just came into town, a year ago, and murdered a family member, basically. Owen was my brother-in-law for 20 years. He was family. And murdered him, laughed about it, bragged about it, sent me live YouTube videos about it. Neil Gross, my sheriff, 6 months after the fact, sends us all a group email telling me that I'm crazy, focusing on a picture from an email that wasn't even the right picture, not even from the right email account, because it's the Andy Villa account. It's always Andy Villa who's connected. Andy Villa is the one who was sending me fucking donations. Andy Villa, the one who just told me, I have his last thread. That's the profile picture that I used. His last thread. That's the last one. I have a whole slew of them. A whole slew of them. He's going to murder my dogs. He's going to Isaac Capping me. I'm going to disappear. Blah, 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 blah. It's all connected. And I know my sheriff knows who that fucking Andy Villa account is because he protects him. You know? And that's the reason why the gas station explosion. But the people around here will tell you, yes, I know you're fighting, child traffickers and they just came in and murdered your friend. But can't you just get over it? Can't you just shut up and go live your life? Can't you just do, and I get that almost in those very same words. I've gotten that from a lot of people out here. Yeah, they murdered your friend, but can't you just get over it? Can't you just go on? I know you're trying to fight child trafficking, but can't you just get over it? Shut up, go live your life. That's what's happening. And the answer is no. No, I can't. Not gonna. Well, the conversation has stopped. That is always a concern. I'm at 30 minutes. I'm gonna stop because there's no conversation. That's a bad sign. And then I'm gonna watch this to see if I even got any of this or if it's garbled again. And if it's garbled again, since I've watched it, I'll know what I've spoken about and I'll do exactly what I did last time. I'll just put a transcription under the video on my blog. So all the shit you couldn't understand what I was saying because it was garbled, I'll just put the transcript so you know what I was talking about. But why would someone I'm calling out as a fucking child killer donate to me repeatedly, over and over? Why? Does it even fucking matter? Because if it doesn't matter, just be honest. You like child killers. You like Nazis. If it doesn't matter, if you might not like them, but you are accepting enough to actually be accepting and just, But no, they murdered my friend and danced around about it. They blew up a goddamn gas station and put a whole bunch of people in jeopardy. I'm not fucking putting it away. I'm not letting it go. These are fucking child killers who committed a terrorist attack. Does it matter? It used to. It still should. Whether or not it does or not, who's to say anymore? But that gas station, two explosions. Obviously, one explosion that leveled the place doesn't make sense. When Dan was able to get out, go back in, get his brother-in-law, get them both out to safety before the place was leveled by the second explosion. It matters. The truth matters. The truth fucking matters. Your opinions don't make a fucking bit of difference. Your love of Nazis and child killers, and I'm saying that for the people around here who watch this video, that fucking does matter. Trust me. Heaven's well aware. And if you think you're making points in heaven by protecting child killers and Nazis, you better think again.